my pride will waver not. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. If I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. But war is cruel, my comrades die, and I go on alone. I will not stop to ask them why, I know I can't go home. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. If I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. My back is broke, my armor's rent, my blood is on the field. My sword is gone, my body spent, I lie upon my shield. I faced my foe, they laid me low, but I go with a smile. The labyrinth, it calls to me. I'll wander it a while. The labyrinth, it calls to me. I'll wander it a while. My eyes are clear, my back is strong, my harness free of rot. My sword is sharp, my shield unbound, my pride will waver not. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. If I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. But war is cruel, my comrades die, and I go on alone. I will not stop to ask them why, I know I can't go home. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. If I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. My back is broke, my armor's rent, my blood is on the field. My sword is gone, my body spent, I lie upon my shield. I face chased my foe, they laid me low, but I go with a smile. The labyrinth, it calls to me. I'll wander it a while. The labyrinth, it calls to me. I'll wander it a while.
You're about as talented as a dead hedgehog. Yes. Right, that's my mic working. No, my mic's working. I'll just...
Okay. I'm actually going to just close Twitch down because it's simpler that way. Because otherwise I'm going to get distracted by seeing myself in slow motion.
Yeah, I do the same. Well, we're live.
I just like seeing the thread, that's all.
Oh, yeah, no, I do the same. I've got it all loaded up over there. So
Yeah.
I can see if anything goes wrong.
Oh, is Helen there?
And stuff. So
is Helen there?
Helen is probably loading the stream up at the moment.
Say hi.
Well, she's in the bedroom.
Shout hi.
Kit says hi.
Also, you might need a blinking red light or green light for when we're upstream, because as far as I'm aware, we're currently broadcasting to the masses.
Yes, yeah, we are. Yeah.
Hey, hello everyone.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are live. We have been live for a little while.
Oh, great.
So,
and all the nasty things I said about people, that's cut off, right?
I know, but they're all about Justin, so it's fine.
That's true. What a bastard. I was going to say something worse, but I can't actually remember what Twitch's policies on extreme swearing is.
Yeah, it's basically just a case of don't say anything.
Don't see what a tumbleweed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're live. Hi everybody, welcome to another stream. This Steve never tells you when you're live. I haven't done that for a long time actually. Now the last time I did it was to Justin, and we all remember how that one ended up. That wasn't great, but it's.
I didn't say it was perfect. It was hilarious.
So this is a chat we've spoken about doing for quite a while, because you were my very first chat on Twitch.
If not the first, then one of the first.
I'm pretty sure you were the first.
Quite possibly. Which is mostly just us talking crap.
So
which I have a natural skill for.
Yes. So yeah, we've got so that was, so we've been talking about doing this for a while because Facebook and YouTube got rid of our chat. They've gone. So very, very crap, to be honest. So, but we've got
they probably just watched it and realised, just get rid of
it. Yeah, they've put it on and just gone, we don't know what they are. We don't know
and
what
the internet was better for it.
Yeah, the internet was much, much better off when we got deleted. So, hiya Joe. How are you doing? So, yep, everybody is here. This is good. So, I figured that because we've been without LARP, sans LARP, for a really long bloody time.
So, we're a year and a half, technically? Just over?
Yep, year and a half.
Yeah, the longest of long darks. But here's to having E3, maybe?
Hopefully.
We'll see.
Hopefully, yeah. So, I figured another chat and we'd just talk about the event, really, and just what we want to do, what we want to get up to, things we miss, people we want to kill.
You know what? I have the weirdest thing about Empire more than anything is there is no one specifically I want to kill, which is almost unheard of for me in LARP.
Oh, so I've got at least 6.
Well, I mean, you're obviously on the list, but that's just casual.
Yeah, I think the constant threats between the 2 feet are, there's always there.
I mean, the 2 feet were always designed to be that broad-ranging family with cousins and brothers and in-laws that's constantly squabbling with itself and is just all over the Empire like some sort of fungus. And I think we've managed to sell that idea quite a lot, even if the Irish accent has slowly disappeared over time.
Well, I'm the only one with it, aren't I now?
Because so far, we're just saying you just wanted the backwater ones.
Yes. Yeah. I'm the only one with the Irish in me, so...
Well, on that, I think we almost broke it down into areas, because I think it was Hakinian or Miaran was the Irish, and then for some reason Liatha then ended up being Broad London because, well, Justin. Brakilian is just, what sounds like a bastard.
Justin. 3 weeks to go for me. Player event at ILARP over the E2 weekend. Oh, that's awesome, bro. I'm very jealous of that.
That's really cool. I've heard really good things about ILARP. I really want to go to one of them at some point.
But... Yeah, I want to
Who has the time?
Yeah, well, I want to get Kitty and Johnny on just to chat about it all, because they do so much. So that I'd love that. Gigi says, random children in other nations. Yes. Random children.
Well, I've got two now to add to that list that are just going to inflict themselves on people, especially Molly. She's old enough now to wield a knife and kind of understand what a game is. So look out for your kneecap, Steve.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I look forward to Molly's a little bit older, and she's and I'm able to inflict that photo of me and her where she's falling asleep on my shoulder.
I mean, it's an odd one, because I'm actually really looking forward to raising a second generation LARPer. I think it's going to be a fascinating process. And obviously, we know a couple of second, third, and I think at least one fourth generation LARPer out there.
Do we?
Pretty sure we do. I'm trying to think now. I know definitely no third generation LARPers, because they're relatively common. But yeah, it's just an interesting field. You grow up essentially learning how to lie for fun.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, Lily will be coming along, and let's just check that actually.
Is she?
Lily is fine.
Hey, not down with the sickness.
Not down with the sickness at all. Lily is fine.
Sorry, that's probably copyright. We didn't say down with the sickness. We said down with the illness.
We're not singing, and well, at the end of the day, it's under our own steam, so we're allowed to do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
screw it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to getting back into the field. I do miss it, and HeftyCon at the weekend is a big one.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Will be a lot of fun. It's going to be nice to actually see people try to remember how to be social.
How do you face?
Yeah, because no one knows how to face. We don't. But yeah, with the random children in other nations, Gigi is referring to. I've been, because she said, "Oh, my character doesn't know who her parents are," and I'm just like, Max, your dad.
Yeah, 2 Feet have a habit of adopting people, so if you ever need a spare parent,
yeah, we've got loads. Yeah, we have loads of them. It's great. Curtis, can't wait for it. I'm now in my time off for it. That's awesome. It's the Mac Daddy, indeed, Ben. Indeed. Has the stream frozen?
I don't know. I'm not looking at it as per request.
I hope not. No, it's fine. Okay, so it's just me.
Can you see us and hear us?
Yeah, I'll get rid of that then. So that's fine. Yeah. But yeah, there's loads of stuff that have been going on. I mean, the whole thing here has been amazing to see, be part of lots of new people, and then I'm going into a field with people who I don't think I've met hardly any of them.
Well, that's I think one of the beauties of LARP is there's certainly the community that you've built, so you know quite well people from all around the country and beyond that you have never met, and then you can turn up pretty much in a field and chat like you've known each other for years. And LARP has always, for me, I've maintained this has always been my holiday. I pay money to go to a field, pretend to be a wizard, hit people with a rubber stick, and get very drunk, rather than go on holiday to Mallorca in Spain. This is what I do with my money in my spare time to enjoy, and there's nothing in the world quite like it.
Yeah,
And
pretty
it's
much.
also weird that I know reasonably there's most cities in England I know someone I can probably crash with.
Yeah, that's the weird one that I've been realizing is, I fancy going to Scotland and all of that sort of stuff. It's like Matt and Andy, Armchair Armories guys. I thought Matt was like 6'1". No, he's really small. He's really small.
It's been years. So my first armor was from Armchair Armories. Just trying to worry. 15 years ago. Way back when it was the old owner, and they were still doing plate mail at that time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I kind of fell out of touch with them, and then I saw them a couple of years ago at one of the LARP kit fairs. And yeah, it was very weird. It was fun. It was really nice.
It was really bizarre. It's like Scott has just.
I've got a lot of love for Armchair.
Yeah, they're really, really good. Scott has just said in chat, yeah, you wouldn't believe it, but Kit here is 5'2".
I mean, that would make an amusing surprise. I'm not.
No, you're really not.
Add another foot onto that, and we're good.
Yes, and happy birthday, Scott, as well.
Happy birthday, Scott. How should I ask? No, probably not.
Well into his 50s by now.
Well into an age. Yes.
So Ben's asked a question as well. Favorite bit of kit or weapon or prop that you'll have next event that you didn't have for E4 2019? I like that.
Oh, so if I get my act together, I'm making a mask. Now, people who know me know that this probably will never happen, but I'm very excited about it. So my wife and I, we are buying into magic and forming our own little spring coven. Mostly so I can dress my 3-year-old up in an outfit covered in blood and make a scream at people, because that seems like an amusing thing to do. But yeah, we're making some Corsairs. I want to make some Corsairs bloody masks. And for those of you who don't know, it increases your spring lore for specific rituals.
Yeah.
And I'm going to base it around a piranha, which seems just quite fun and stupid. And so I'm really looking forward to that. I've got a very strong visual in mind of how I'm going to do it. I'm going to play around with some warbler and some other bits and pieces, see if I can really make it up. So that's probably got my favorite thing. As to stuff I actually currently own, I've literally only just started kind of looking at my LARP gear and figuring out what I need to do. My wife is actually camping this week, so she's basically testing all our camping gear. I'm looking at some of my costume pieces, trying to figure out what armor needs cleansing, what leather needs replacing.
Yeah.
Need to get new boots. Ugh.
Yeah, I've got some new ones now. They've just turned up, so I'll be wearing.
What about you, Steve? What are you getting?
For me,
the wonder of that is I don't even really know what that is.
It's a party potato.
It's a potato. The potato.
It's the potato, or there's this one.
The potato.
So,
and that's the stunt potato.
You got this one, and there's a third smaller one, but that's over there, and I can't get it.
Amazing.
So yeah, these are made by Emily, by Ben's wife, and they're amazing, and I love them all. I'm making some shoulder armor.
That's cool. Leather or blade?
No, it's only leather, but it's not even really armor. It's just going to be something decorative. So I'm looking at Kratos for inspiration on that one.
Okay, so like a asymmetrical shoulder piece sort of thing, or
yeah. So yeah, looking at doing something like that. I want a new cloak.
Cloaks are big and clever. Those of you who haven't done LARP before, cloaks are big and clever.
Really, really big, really, really clever. So yeah, there's a few things like that. I want to get a new weapon made. I want an axe.
Of course you do. You always want an axe or a mace. And when you've got a mace, you want an axe. And when you've got an axe, you want a mace.
So yeah, well, I've got my hammer, I've got my mace, and so getting an axe now. Something that looks a little bit like the Leviathan axe, but it's shorter, and it looks like it's been made by a drunk child.
I'll get Molly on it.
Just give her the rum.
No, I speaking of weapons, I need to get all mine and do some TLC on them, and then I want to get a couple of knives made because I don't seem to hold on to knives.
No, you do lose them a lot. But yeah, I definitely want an axe. But a one-handed axe, a nice bit of a curve in it, and just to look
like a lady.
Look, it's messy as all kinds of shit. It's gotta look messy, because I want, when people look at me, just to go, oh, look at that hammer, look at that axe. He looks insane. We're not fighting him.
So I'm just saying, you want your personality to be a weapon rather than you.
Yeah, yeah. But
I mean, that sells a certain image to the crowd. So,
but then again, it means I'd be going into battle without any weapons, because what personality? It's.
You've got personality. I think that's part of your problem.
But yeah, there's loads of stuff like that can be done. So it's like, yeah, I want that. I want a cloak. Want some other things. I've got loads of feathers that I'm going to attach to something. Got to redo my face paint designs because I can't.
Yeah, I need to do that as well.
Because I've got a new colour now. I've added to my colours.
It better be lilac.
It's green.
Maybe all green. As long as it's like a luminous green.
It's green.
Well, you're looking like you belong in a deep sea environment.
That'd be awesome. But yeah, I've gone for green, and it's very. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to put on. Go very slapdash. Obviously, really playing heavily into the whole winter marker, animal, totemic magic, berserker type.
Berserk.
Yeah.
It's always probably actually the thing I've struggled with LARP more than anything else is makeup, because it's very cool. It's very weird way to stand out as a character, but when you wake up in the morning and you've got to put everything on, sometimes it's just like, but I just can't be bothered.
Yeah.
But you've got to really sell that image, and it's definitely worth working towards and creating an iconic look. And I've seen some utterly fantastic ones in Navarre. The stuff that you've been pulling out as your guy has been really, really spot on, intimidating. There was a fella in Navarre a while ago who was doing a really impressive black and white, so half his face was black, half his face was white. And it seems so simple, but it was very intimidating. It's something about it that really kind of puts you off. It's very not natural, and that's obviously for the battlefield as Navarre is a very powerful effect.
Yeah, I really like it. On the one hand, makeup is a pain. On the other hand, sparkly rainbow. So yeah, Curtis's new character, Sparkly Naga, is.
Oh, I see. Sparkly Naga is about one of the few scenarios where you can get away with the concept of sparkly rainbow in a character, because sparkly Nagas are great.
Yeah,
everyone else, you might get away with it as Mero.
Yeah, I couldn't get away with anything sparkly. I don't think.
I've played a Naga and I've played a Changeling. I've enjoyed both, but ultimately I prefer playing just a base human. It's more straightforward for myself. And I'd certainly recommend that anyone who's starting out in LARP or starting out Empire starts off as a human and then evolves into stuff later on if that's what they want to do. And there's more than enough option to be able to do that in uptime if you really want to as well.
Yeah. Yeah, has The Longest Dark given you any new goals or ideas?
Good question. Really good question.
Well,
largely,
you got the magic-y stuff.
The magic-y stuff was we came sort of towards the beginning of The Long Dark thinking there was going to be another event in the not-too-distant future, which, turned out to be a lie. So, like I said, we're forming our own little coven, which is going to be a really family thing, so I can terrify people with my children. And then after that, largely it's just been a struggle to keep hold of the ideas I did have and trying to remember what I was doing. And that's, I think, the biggest thing that's been. And at its core, for people who are long-term players, trying to remember everyone's bloody name is going to be a struggle.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
As to goals, I mean, I've been talking a lot with Dave Turner-Moff. because he and I we like conspiring about various different things,
Mm.
and contemplating the Senate game. I think there's definitely aspects of the game that I would enjoy, but I'm not sure if it's what I want to do as this character right now. Synod is probably the one game that honestly doesn't appeal to me that much. I mean, I love talking, as you no doubt can figure out.
Yeah.
But it's that game is largely about trying to convince other ornery cats to herd in your direction, and that just seems like a lot to effort for a weekend where I'm on holiday.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
That's it. My biggest aspiration right next event is just to see people,
yeah,
and chill out, and I want to organise a bar crawl for the Friday night for 2 feet and whoever else wants to come. Really, just trash the place.
I'm already there in my head. I'm already there. I think it's I need that. I need to see people. I need to be social again. I'm
Does remind me of Knifey Spoon though at
what knifey table?
Kiartan's Wake, Knifey Table.
Knifey table, yeah.
Knifey Table at Kiartan's Wake, which was a really, really nice, because there's 4 of us after Justin's character just died. We're just having a great time. We're laughing. We're taking the piss. I think we were in the Sovereign's Head.
Yeah,
In Varoska. Well worth going to. Really nice guys.
Really great place.
And then halfway through, the 2 feet have a funeral song, which we're known to sing every so often. And I start singing that, and the whole pub just goes really quiet and somber. And it was a really, really nice juxtaposition of laugh, 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 jovial, and everybody's dead. And almost immediately after, I think you stabbed me with a knife. So
yep, yeah, it sounds about right. To be honest, it's one of those things. It happens a lot.
My only regret is Justin couldn't actually attend that. That's always the difficult thing about dying, not being able to do your own funeral and wake.
I was lucky enough, because I mean, I did see my funeral and I did see my wake, and that was really emotional. That was really nice.
Dane never saw his.
Nope.
It's very sad. But then again, that's what I get for dying.
It was a dumb move. You complete and utter noob.
That's a true story.
Yeah, I mean, next, when we're back in the field, what am I looking forward to doing? Seeing people, obviously. I'm involved in the Throne game.
Oh yeah, you're playing with things.
I'm going to cause so much trouble. It's going to be great. What else? I'm looking to go back. I'm aiming for General again. I want to do that again because that was a lot of fun.
You're both brother. That said, still a long way off.
So yeah, I want to do stuff like that. There's lots of stuff I've got planned, but it's just going to be finding the right sort of ways of getting into it. I've had some in-character mail.
Oh, that's cool.
That
I do like ice.
Yeah, I've got it here. So this is from Solus.
Sneaky.
Yeah. Solus.
Okay.
I mean, and check this out. Look at this.
That looks like it's probably going to curse you. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know, right? It's amazing, but that's not going to curse me. That was really, really nice.
That's cool.
Curtis, Kyle was given a wax stamp and wax and the whole set for being here, because obviously where I did giveaways and stuff like that. So, but I've also had this one, Mac of Hurst Hall, and it was a really, really nice letter. See, look at this. I get this.
Wow, is that 2 pages?
No, it's like a bit.
It's just folded itself.
Yeah, it's a bit of support
That's
for
stunning,
it.
though.
Because I ripped it.
Right, I see.
Because I'm not. But
I have a lot of respect for people doing the handwritten letters game. I struggle to stay focused that long to get something nice and pretty and then send it off. So most of my icy mail happens by messenger or email. But I mean, I've received a couple in the past, and they've been beautiful and just wonderfully put together. And I have a lot of respect for people who can do that. And I want to buy them all of the drinks in the world, because they make my game better, and I want to give back for that.
Massively. I mean, we did a icy pen pal thing, which was just random. So if you wanted icy mail, everyone put their name into the hat, and everyone got someone out of it. And it
Like
was
a secret Santa of abuse via mail.
it was it. That was it. Kyle has taken. I can't wait for you to meet Kyle in the field.
Right.
Because the religion side of the game, he is going to hit that ground running. He's high guard.
Good. Oh, well, there's no accounting for taste.
You see, Kyle.
I have a lot of high guard friends. I'm sure you'll do fine.
Yeah, I think he'll do really well. But he has the knowledge there, and he's going to have a great time. It's just going
like I said, it's a really good game if you can get into it. I think I would get frustrated at it too quickly.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, me too. But I think he's going to do really well. He's got his character done. He's done that letter. It wasn't even addressed to me, but I've got it. And that's going to give someone some interesting game in the field, because the things that are said in that letter, if
you're not promoting heresy, something's gone wrong.
Yeah. I was a bit worried that the person named in that letter, I'll find them, and then all of a sudden they'll go, "Wow, this is my first time to Anvil," and stuff like that. I'll be like, "Hi." Smack! And then over the shoulder, carry them off to the high guard egregore and go, "You can execute them." And
which is a point to remind about. I'm a big believer about LARP in general. Sometimes we make characters that have stupid things built into them, and sometimes they come out much earlier than intended.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it too much. Have a bit of fun with it. If you die, it's not the end of the world.
Did you
and most people try and give you some leeway.
Did you hear about the person whose very first event, they died 15 minutes before the game started?
That's impressive.
It was amazing.
How?
A skirmish, an in-character skirmish happened before the thing. It was meant to lead into another in-character skirmish, and they died. So
we've encountered a few of them. Navarre have had one particular one, which was a skirmish where they'd already started before time in, and then we had to go and rescue people. Literally, the gate opened at 7 o'clock with our egregore screaming at us.
Yeah, that was when all of the Navarre were mysteriously already in armor, weapons, war paint, everything, and ready for a fight.
I'll have you know, I was not.
I was. I was.
Couldn't have stopped me. In fact, I don't think it stopped me from going through the gate either.
No,
I've been through the gate a few times just wearing my pants.
That is your armor. Let's face it, Max. Yeah, that was the Wintermark one. Yeah, that was the Wintermark one. So Ben. Another question is: so next event, your character dies on a Friday night skirmish. Which nation do you come back as? So
probably Navarre.
So for you, Kit, I'll have to say.
Might come back at Wintermark to annoy you.
No wife, no kids. They're not a factor in this question.
All right. So which character, given no other ties, which nation would I come back as?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So I've got a solid choice of 4. One of which is solely Wintermark to come and annoy you and be another Bearsark. And just generally, I like the idea of playing a game where I'm going to be a fighter and a drinker and not have any aspirations beyond those 2 states. Just go and pub crawls and enjoy myself. I'm very good friends out of character with the creators of the Seawolves Mercenary Company in the League. So it'd be very tempted to go over and join them. They're a really good bunch, good laugh. High Guard, again, really good friends in High Guard. As much as I disparage them, it's all in joviality, and again, they're a good laugh to go over and have around and get into a scrap with.
Well, as Scott just said, you owe us, Kit. We killed you.
And the other one is the dreaded Urizen idea, but we're still not 100% sure whether we'd be allowed.
We won't be allowed. There is no way we'll be allowed.
In a loose concept, it's playing Mongolian Urizen that are just kind of assholes.
We won't be allowed. There's no way in hell.
Matt P wanted us to play him. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know, but that was a long time ago. The world has changed. The world has changed, and it's...
Let's just say we're not a fan of orcs.
Yeah. We wouldn't last, but we'd need to get the hot tub, though.
That is true. We always had this dream of having a hot tub in an army tent and running our own spa.
Yeah.
But there's also the practicalities of a spa at the end of a weekend with LARPers.
Yeah, it would be horrible.
Yeah, you'd have to, you could probably walk on it.
Yeah, only one other person can do this.
Well, no, it's a private club spa. It's just us.
Yeah.
We're not opening it up.
we're sat there in a hot tub. Everyone else is going, it's really cold, can we get in?
Did you bring your own tub?
Have you got a pass? Have you got a pass? Have you got a tent? Have you got a hot tub with you? Because then you can. But for now, no. Oh dear. Yeah, we have to do something like that. But it was essentially being...
Only if we all die at the same time.
Yeah, if everyone dies at the same time, and they would all come back as horribly bigoted people, essentially, isn't it?
For all of about half an hour.
Yeah, before we're murdered. Before we're murdered. We wouldn't last at all. We really wouldn't last. I think in that situation, I wouldn't even fight. I wouldn't even put up a fight.
It's like, it's a neck up.
It'll be like, yeah, I deserve this. I deserve this.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that.
That was brilliant, that was.
For context of the viewers, there was a wonderful incident many years ago where our dear Steve received a love letter, and me, being the bastard I am, stole it off him and ran around reading it very loudly while he chased me with an axe. Amusingly, while he was in the process of beating the crap out of me was when a magistrate walked by. And we just stopped in the middle of him, literally mid-axe swing, both of us looking at the magistrate, and I just looked at the guy and just went, I deserve this, it's fine.
It was really good. It was really, really fun. That was good. I do miss Cerner sometimes. Year 1.
That must be year 1.
That was year 1. That was like event 4, year 1.
3 or 4. Because it was just before you got married.
Yeah, because I got married at E1 the following year.
Yeah. So it must have been. It was either E3 or E4 that year. It was warm, I remember that much, which is a rarity at club events.
Yeah, and that was where we had the infamous question of, do orcs have nipples?
That was at E1 the year after, because it was on your pre-wedding.
That was on the wedding day, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. That was so
and turns out orcs do have nipples.
They do have nipples. Yeah.
You could theoretically milk an orc.
For any orcs watching,
good to know.
Yeah, any of the orcs watching out there, we are accepting volunteers.
I wonder what orc cheese would taste like.
What, smegma?
That wasn't where I was going with it, but I suppose whatever adds flavour. You're embarrassed by yourself now, aren't you?
I'm not even sorry. Yeah, there's a lot of good, but I see, for me, I think probably Varushka.
Varushka's a laugh. I know some good people Varushka. They had so a couple of the nations have had big condensing periods, and Varushka went through one a few years ago, but it seems to be really nice and stable now. There's some really good players in it. Varushka as a culture, I think, is really nicely well rounded out. They make very nice alcohol.
They do, yeah. Yeah, they are really, really good. I mean, Pete's lovely as well there. So
I know good people in Varushka that I could probably slot in with again.
So yeah, because there's been a lot of talk on what Hurst Hall will do, because
if you all die.
Yeah, because it's like one of them wants
2 feet branch 2.
Well, yeah. See, funnily enough, one of them wants to go off to the league.
Again, no accounting taste.
No, I know, it's disgusting behaviour. One's going off to the Brass Coast regardless.
Brass Coast could use it. Again, another nation I really like that has recently done a condensing, but is starting to recover from that. And again, they're a really nicely designed nation.
Yeah, Brass Coast are good. Yeah. They'll do well.
Again, there's some really good people at Brass Coast too.
And there's a few people who want to go off to Varushka as well, and there's a couple who are undecided, but there's a few things, but it might not happen because there are quite a lot of people out there who are
So
looking at joining Hurst Hall. So
dying is one of the weird things, Empire. The vast majority of the time, you're not going to die. Every so often, and it's usually because either you've made a mistake, as my situation when I last died, the 2 times I last died, or something just goes wrong, and it's not really something you can control. Well, my first character died. I died second ever Emperor event, and I literally was just in the wrong place at the wrong time on a battlefield. And it was me and another friend of mine, Rookie Rob. We were just sat there going, "Oh, this is crap," but it happens. You move on, and we started the 2 feet, and it was hilarious.
it was a lot of fun.
It's been going ever since.
Yes, because Rookie got rid of his 2 feet character literally for the next event. Didn't
he did not.
Didn't he?
His 2 feet character is still going. Yayan was originally a 2 feet. He's a cousin. We play on that every so often, but yeah, because he went hardcore down the magic game, then shifted over to another striding.
Yeah,
but he's still technically family.
Pathfinders, yeah. Cool. Oh, I didn't realise that. Oh, that's awesome then. More family. Because I did.
It was Dane and Jan who turned up, and then Jan buggered off.
Yeah, and then that. Yeah, I think like 2 events later, that's when I turned up. Mac turned up, and Mac's been going ever since.
No, I think you turned up. I think you were E3 because you were setting up to get married E4 and E1 the year after. So you definitely had some warm up to it. I always find it really weird that Xenanos wasn't actually around that long.
No, it wasn't.
Very bizarre.
Yeah, it feels like he was around a lot longer.
Well, I think it's because he was quite integral in many ways to how I saw Dane, which, again, for those who don't know, was my old character that I played for 5 years.
Yeah.
So he figures that he's a big part of my history. Therefore, I think he's bigger in my memory. Pretty epic death.
Really good death. Really, really fun death. I did enjoy that. As death.
That's all you could really hope for a LARP is a good death.
Yeah, very, very lucky. It's not like Justin with Keaton just sort of being left, and Dane being left behind.
We were just in situations where we were not realistically recoverable.
No.
We didn't get to have the big drawn out epic death scene which everyone hopes for. But that's fine. It happens. And other people did, some people didn't.
Yeah, it was
fun and laugh.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, some deaths have had more of an impact than others. I think Keaton's death was.
That was a very difficult event, though. For deaths wise, we had a lot of very solid people die off in one event.
Yeah, I do remember having someone say to me, "Oh, but what about this person? They died as well," and I was just like, I really couldn't care less.
Everyone thinks like, but my friend died. Like, well, you fucking go more than them.
Yeah, it's like, you go and do this, and it was like, Keaton was the only one who got the whispers through the Black Gate.
Yeah. But also he did. That was really nice because again he didn't get to have his swan song.
No.
And he did so much for the Navarre in basically cultivating a lot of what Thorns Council is today is entirely on his shoulders.
So. Yeah, he did really well, and it was nice for me in an in-character sort of way because obviously that me moving over to Wintermark had led to some interesting bits of role playing that with people. And and that was quite nice to be able to go off, get all that stuff, come back and get essentially pay for it myself.
You never did tell me the one about the sausage though.
No, I love it. I absolutely
or
love
sing
it.
The song about the bear.
No,
which does exist.
It does exist. It's a brilliant song. It's great.
It's of the 2 of the 2 feet cursed songs. The song about the bear and Cursed by Constantina, which is a beautiful and terrifying song. And if you're very lucky, you may hear it one day.
Well, yeah.
But we also need a Constantina.
Yeah, I mean, Justin's done so well, and
and now he's in the Synod game. Help them all.
Yeah, well, he's going to take that by the scruff of the balls, though, isn't he? Let's face it.
He does that with most Synods.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he has an impact in everything he does, whether it being IC or Chundercat. It's literally
I've forgotten about Chundercat.
You forgot about Chundercat. I can never forget about Chundercat.
It's truly a visual.
It is truly. I mean, I will never forget that night. This not the Chundercat night, but another night where I'm literally sat by the fire on my own because everyone else has gone to bed. It's like 3:30 in the morning. It's quiet and it's really nice. You can hear the odd person talking or singing somewhere else in the field. And Justin unzips his tent, leans out, pukes everywhere. It's just fucking everywhere. And he just looks at me and goes, "Oh, hello, Steve." And so I was like, "You alright, mate? Do you want a beer?" He's like, "Yeah, why not?" And he comes up, sits down with me, has a beer, then goes back to bed. And that was it. It was just like, it's a beautiful moment.
Not quite like our friend Hussey, master of the casual, who is able to throw up over his shoulder while maintaining his conversation.
Yeah, Justin's.
I'd like to point out at this point we are by no means advertising this lifestyle and saying it's good or okay. We're just relaying amusing moments from our past.
Yeah, don't
drink
like
so
Justin.
much you vomit, kids. Don't be like Justin. He's a warning for all.
Yeah, don't be like Chundercat. Really, don't be like Chundercat. If you can't handle your drink, don't drink. If you can handle your drink, then have a drink.
Drink in moderation.
Yeah, just don't be that person. But these are things that we say quite a lot on the streams. Anytime alcohol is brought up, to be honest. So
it should also be illustrated. PD has a really great security and medical team that are there to look after people when things go wrong. They would just rather not have to.
Yeah, because essentially they're all sitting down as well, and they're having a nice evening by a fire and chatting away to people and stuff. So they're having a good time.
They won't have to deal with you covering your own vomit and with the trousers around your ankles.
Yeah. So you don't want to be that sort of person, unfortunately. But it does happen. Yes,
I don't think I have at Empire.
No, I haven't at Empire.
I have at Maelstrom the game before.
Yes, you have at Maelstrom. I think the only time I got that drunk at Empire was when I was chatting to a certain lady from Urizen.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, we're not going to mention names.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it was just the back and forth. I was in character, she was out of character. Then she was out of character and I was in character. And it went back and forth,
Such is what happens when everybody's drunk.
And it was hilarious. A 5-minute conversation to me turned out to be an hour and a half long.
Oh.
I
want to be on a field, on grass, looking up at the stars, surrounded by music and wood smoke and laughter.
And good people.
Well, they're okay, I suppose. Well, I wouldn't kick them out of bed.
Yeah. Well, we have a photo of us in bed together, let's face it.
More than one.
We had, that's what I'm looking forward to the most is...
sleeping with me?
Apart from
my wife is only going to be gone for one night.
I need barely 10 minutes.
That's true. Helen tells me things.
Yeah. The thing I'm looking forward to the most is that the Thursday night is that the 2 feet we seem to have made our own thing now on Thursdays.
So the last time I was there, which I think was E3 the last year, because we missed E4 because we were going away somewhere. We managed to cultivate just on the Thursday night. We had a little sit round our fire in the 2 feet camp, just chatting and singing and socializing, and it was just really nice and chill.
It was great,
and it's one of those moments that kind of sticks out in my mind. Is that there's a few of them where I sit there going, I reach a point of contentment at LARP scenario, and that's one of my fonder memory ones.
Yeah, that's up there for me. That's one of those moments where if the world ended, I would have been, it's
a bit shit, but I suppose it'll do.
Yeah, this is alright, isn't it? I would have been alright with it. So it's but as Ben's just said, Thursday you're gonna end up mobbed by the Hefty fam.
We might have to expand the campsite.
We might have to expand,
or start charging tickets. Or just stabbing every third person. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't count, so it'll just be everyone.
Well, it's probably 3.
There must be 3. 1, 3, 3,
I like your
3.
face, 3.
Yeah. So yeah, there's gonna be there's gonna be a lot there, and the Thursday nights are really nice because no one's hammered, no one's being too loud, everyone's chilled out, and
I think it's definitely. Well, we've gotten older. Let's be perfectly blunt about that.
Oh yeah,
I'm not 20, not 20 something, getting obnoxiously drunk in the bar anymore.
we're well past it.
So I think the tone of Thursday nights has definitely changed for us.
Yeah.
But it's fine. And the other thing about Thursday is there's always someone around a fire somewhere, and everyone is so welcoming. You just turn up, meet some new people, have a chat, have a drink, chill out. It's great. I don't regret the first time I opted to turn up on the Thursday for setup because it's just that nice prelude to an event.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the first time we turned up as gate crew, and it was just us. This is at the old site, and where we just sat by the entrance to the site, waiting for the Domino's guy to deliver our pizza, and we were just sat
That was
there.
a Wednesday, not Thursday.
That was a Wednesday, and that was probably
it was like 20 people on the site.
Yeah, that was really nice. It was pitch black, and we were just sat there, chilled by the entrance to the site, drinking beer and eating pizza, and it was amazing. It was so chilled. It was really, really nice. But there's lots of.
It was a nice weather at that event as well.
Yeah, yeah. That
Unlike the perpetual rainstorm we seem to be having, although it's not too bad now in Venice.
Yeah, it's all right out there at the moment. But yeah, it's going to be really nice, and I'm looking forward to Hefticon because everyone's it's just going to be really chilled. It's going to be really, really nice. So. How goes the plan to expand the Navarre's forest territory? How do you expect that to affect the layout, songs and stories, the paths? I don't think it'll affect the layout at all.
So,
it's just more territory.
Speaking in an official capacity right now, we don't have a hard date for anything, because we've had no confirmation from PD at all about if and when the next event is going to happen. That being said, I'm normally trying to form up getting a crew together to do some of the wood clearance before E3, assuming it's going to be on. It might not. And if all goes well there, the Navarre camp field will be extended right back through the woods. We'll have a small corner up to the road will be cut off. That will be ceded to the orcs so they can expand to the road. It'll mean a little bit of reshifting around some of the campsites, but for the most part, the bulk of the woods campsite should stay fairly similar. Songs and story time isn't going to move. The bar isn't going to move. There will be a couple of people who will have to move, and that's just unfortunate. But all the nations are growing, and very rapidly we're going to start running out of space again, and then we'll have to rejig how it's going to go if we keep growing at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the fact that Hurst Hall is established where we are. We've got Hurst Hall Bridge, Hurst Hall River, and all of that next to us as well. So it's like that's where we are. I will
warn you that if you don't start moving into the woods, we're probably just going to spread down the hill.
We're already in the woods.
Like 3 or 4 of you, not Hurst Hall, obviously, Woodmark in general.
Yeah, there's quite a few people in the woods now.
Okay.
So ideally Wintermark.
That's different last time I looked at it. Then again, I missed the last event that happened. So
yeah, we need to do something right down the bottom of the woods. So because that bit of land there is awful. It's so cut up.
Well, it's where the old brook used to go through the site before it was diverted. So all the ground there is quite soft.
So yeah, so that needs to be probably dug up and flattened a little bit, and
yep.
So yeah, so there's going to be something like that going on, hopefully. But yeah, Wintermark have got all of that bit, which is quite nice, and then you've got then it'll be the Orcs, and then it'll be Navarre, and so there'll be a nice little meeting point of 3 nations.
So yeah, I mean, I was chatting with James, who's the camp planner in Wintermark, with the idea of creating some sort of woods market where the 3 nations meet.
Yeah.
And trying to make that work, because there's a lot of IC traders that want to camp inside their various campsites. And if we can position them around there and create like a social meetup point, then I think that'll do wonders. Because right now, the Woods has an odd reputation in that a lot of people avoided it for years because they thought they'll get murdered in it, and that's where Operation Illuminate happened, where now much of the Woods has been filled with light to make it seem more inviting.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. But yeah, you've got all of that. It'd be nice to have a little bit more social. And then you've got the probably incorrectly named Murder Alley down at the back there, where I think one person was murdered.
Well, I'd like to illustrate a lot of bodies have been found in Murder Alley. Not a lot of people have been killed in Murder Alley.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, so
seems to be a favourite dumping spot for nefarious types.
Yeah,
not that, it doesn't even happen that often. Like, you maybe get one every few events.
Yeah, it's not a common thing at all. It really isn't. But people seem to like that part of it, I guess.
Lives in the cultural identity now.
Yeah,
I think it's because we like knives, and everyone thinks we're murdering everyone and sacrificing to our dark gods, which we're totally not doing.
Yeah, it's like I love the fact that a lot of people over there know each other as well. So I had a guy in the Navarre who, because he couldn't see my face, couldn't see who I was or anything, literally just was there with a couple of people. And it was like, right, you're going to give us all your money, every potion, everything that you've got, give it us all to us, or we'll kill you. And I was just sort of like, oh, okay. Then the light flashed on my face, and they were just like, oh, hi, Mac, and they just buggered off.
This is awkward.
It's like, right.
It's important to note that crime, while it's very much a prevalent game within Empire, it's really not easy.
No, really, really not.
So yeah, if that's the kind of game you want to get into, prepared for a lot of trial and error and probably losing a few characters before you kind of nail it down.
Yeah, it's someone's. It's like when I was Achilles' bodyguard for a while. I wasn't his bodyguard when he got killed, but just throw that one out there.
That's a very good cover, just in case.
Yeah, it was great. I still loved it. They accused me of killing him, and I didn't know.
That's what your would say.
They said, yeah, we need to question you. Can you come down to the hub and all of this? We need to question you about his death. And I was just sort of like, I'd rather not. And they were just like, well, in character, we can force you, and we'll do this. They all drew their weapons and stuff like that. I was like, no, out of character. I've done my back. I can barely walk, so please don't make me move. And they were just sort of like,
can we do the interview here?
And they were just like, yeah, we probably. Did you go into that battle at all? It's like, no. And like, oh,
my back is buggered.
Yeah, it's like, no, I can't walk, can't move, can't do anything, and they're just like, shit. There goes.
It's a pretty stern alibi.
It was great. It was just the look on their faces.
And that's how Steve got really good at faking a back injury.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Kid.
It's a bit pokey at the moment, to be honest, and so I don't think I'll be able to help put up any tents on Friday.
A tent loaded with a t-shirt, go thonk and just sets it up.
I think I've done that once, and that was because I wanted to go elsewhere. So people were saying, could you come and give us a hand? I was sort of like, I can't really, my back's a bit playing up. And they're like, oh, okay, don't worry about it. And then I wandered off. And I think I came up to go drinking with you.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah. Oh, real dick move. But yeah.
Although Grimm's stolen you away from me, so I'm not sure I can ever forgive him.
Grimm's not really going to be, because Chris...
Oh, I see. He's second best because he's not available.
Chris is retiring Grimm.
Oh yeah, no, I remember him saying that actually.
Yeah, he's going off to the Brass Coast. So I'll have to.
Let's be honest, if it's not Navarre, it's meh.
Yeah, I mean,
Wintermark's all right, I suppose.
I would love to persuade everyone from Hurstal to join the Navarre, but
it'd be a laugh.
It'd be great. It would be really cool.
I'm biased. I've been in Navarre since year 1, E1.
Yeah,
I adore the notion. I kind of want to go try other things. I just don't necessarily think I would enjoy another nation as much as I enjoy Navarre. It's very fun and straightforward, and you get to do things. And when people go, "Why did you do that?" It's like, "Yeah, I wanted to."
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't have to worry about manners or protocol. You're just like, "Nah, he's a bastard." So I just
yeah, it's like with Mac when I turned up and I went off to Urizen and I was there for an hour. and then I was back in Navarre. So it's all
Yeah.
I think everyone does end up back. Everyone has a place that
You were
they love to
essentially
go
kicked
to.
out of Erism for not wearing the right shoes.
Pretty much, pretty much. Yeah, I really didn't fit in there. They have a very specific type of game, and I don't.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that sort of game. But yeah, it's an interesting one. It was an interesting one. But yeah, everyone's in their own places now, which is really nice, and I like to see people. Everyone's settled, everyone's happy. There's no real.
Yeah. I do miss that because there's a few people I've played with like long term that have their characters have died or they've retired and they've gone off to join other nations. The main sad thing about that is you just don't get to see them as much. You do tend to associate with people in your own nation more than anyone else.
Yeah.
Unless you really force it.
Yeah.
Or happen to be in the right place at the right time.
Yes.
It's like I was talking about High Guard earlier. There's loads of guys I know High Guard, not just in the Shatter Tower, but a few of the other things. And I think I like Kiara Mac. I've known her for years and years and years, and I think I've spoken to her once the entire time of the Empire run, just because we're never in the same place.
Yeah, it's an odd one. It really is an odd one, but you find that if you don't go out of your way to speak to them, you're probably not going to, because you find your own game in the nation.
Yeah. I think that there's a trick there as well, that if you're creating a new character and you know there are people in other groups, other nations you want to hang out with, it's very simple just to create loose background ties to them. It's not, they murdered my father and I'm going to take my vengeance on them, or, I'm in love with them. Just like, hey, I knew that guy down the pub. Callie's character, Captain Artemisia of the Seawolves, is a perfect example. We have written to a background that because we both own ships, we're port mates, so we just end up going occasionally meeting in the right port and going out for a drink and taking the piss out of each other, and that's just the basis of our relationship. And that means I have an excuse whenever I see it to pop up and say hi, and I get to hang out with my friends.
Yeah,
IC as well as OC, and establishing those little links between characters just so you can go talk to people what to do.
It's
clever.
It is a really big thing.
I've done a cold start with a new character, and it's pretty devastating after a long-term character. We think, I can't talk to these people. Haven't established these relationships.
No, there was it's like Scott's just said, like my character being X2 feet.
That is true. That is true.
So, but it was like with
we barely see you, though, Scott. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I miss you. Your mother's been asking after you.
I was about to say a joke there, but it's not very pleasant.
All these rules.
I know. Bloody Twitch. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do like that. So it's like there are new players in the Discord who I've got a couple of ties with.
Yeah. It's to say, it's big and clever.
Yeah, I can't remember who they are. So they're going to become. Oh, I can't remember anything. I'm terrible at this sort of stuff in character. So that people are going to have to come up to me to remind me. It's like,
you were like, "Hi, you."
Like, I like your chin, I guess.
Yes.
Maybe.
You've got.
Yeah. How is your mother? She's dead still.
I knew that. I knew there was something about mothers.
Yeah. Are you the one with your father's sword?
That's also good there. Typical examples, the thing to shy away from as your first character. No, my father was killed by orcs and I've got his sword and I'm getting vengeance. No, I dark and gloomy, like assassin background stories. Assassins are fun, and if you get it right, it can be great, but don't be broody, because you'll go like, I'm dark and mysterious, and then no one will talk to you and you'll be bored.
Yeah, very, very much so. It's there was a girl in Dawn. She wanted her character to be linked to me. This was not last event, but the one before, and she said to me, it's all a bit. It's a dangerous background that I've written, and I was like, okay, that's your background. It's fine. It's like, how do we know each other? It's like, well, I was a highwayman. It's like, could I have nicked your shoes?
Okay,
it's like, it was like, can I have nicked your shoes at some point? It's like, Yeah, that's fine. I could really care less. So we walked past each other, and I just went, "You owe me a fucking pair of shoes, twat." And she was just sort of like that. And like the guys that she was with were just sort of like, "You speak to her like that," and I was sort of like, "Yeah." And then I got a hammer out, and I was like, "And I will end you if you get involved." And they're like, "We don't know how to deal with this." And then she said, "Oh, I'm really sorry, sir, but there's a guy who's been threatening me and stuff like that." And they said they're going to go and have a word, and they said, "Oh, it's this guy up in the league." And I was also like, "Oh, okay." So I wandered off, and I went up there, and she turned up with a few people saying, "Yeah, we're just here to have a chat with him." She walked into the tent, and there's me over him, and he's on his bleed count, and I'm like, "You stay the fuck away from her, or I'll kill you."
Oh, that's what I love about the 2 feet. We have a habit of solving our problems very, very directly.
It was brilliant, and she was just sort of like, "Wasn't expecting this."
Do you remember the drunk Highgarder that was coming on to Anna?
No.
We were at one of the Wintermark dues, and we were there, and he was in the corner, and he was going on about how he could take anyone in the tent. Do you not remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
Ages ago, because he was basically he was going like, "Oh, look at how much armor wearing, I can take them," and we just sat there going, "No, you can't."
I do. That was he was the one who basically, because he had all of the armor on, he thinks
he thought that made him a powerful fighter.
Yeah,
it helps. Does not make you a good fighter.
No, yeah, I do remember him. Oh, yeah, that was I do remember him, because that was where we had a table and he was just sort of like in the corner, and we were sat sort of near him
with you, me, and Justin kind of just staring at him from across the room.
yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was.
Bless his cotton socks.
But yeah, that was the first time I've had someone say, "I don't think I want our characters to be linked anymore." Oh. Because of that, and it's just sort of like, okay, right. I'm going to go over there now. I don't have to do anything here now. They don't want this to have happened because it's happened inside a tent. They'd rather I didn't beat the shit out of them. Okay, that's fine then. I walked away. I left them to it. They sorted it out, and then I think they all like, yeah. Ooh.
To go for a complex background involving like danger and violence, then it's probably a good idea to know and trust the person pretty well. I myself, as Steve Wells knows, have been burned by such a thing where having a linked background with someone else and it did not work out.
No, it didn't at all. It was bad.
No, it was bad.
So,
like I say, you're going to do it. Be sensible. Have it properly nailed down what it is, and do it with someone that you trust and get on with, because it can really ruin your character if you're not careful.
Yes, it's why, I mean, with Cernunnos, if she had said to me this link with Cernunnos would have spoken to the guy.
Yeah. Mac, not so much.
No, not so much. Not so much. So it's very dependent on character as well. Trust the player and trust the character as well, because it does affect everything. So I think, that was really weird, though. That was...
in that particular scenario, if Dane had been there, Dane would have been behind you laughing and clapping.
Exactly.
Vaughn probably would have tried to intercede.
Yes. Yeah, more than likely. Trust is important. I've seen enough breakdown. Like cake in a washing machine.
That's another. That is another aspect that is worth bearing in mind. If you're going to go there, I don't recommend this until you've had a lot of experience in the game. But if you're going to go out murdering people, bear in mind it almost never goes to plan, and sometimes people do not take it very well on an out-of-character level. In previous game, I was part of a mercenary group. Occasionally we had contracts to take care of individuals.
Mm-hmm.
We had a very good success rate. And we had a couple of instances where it got really awkward. I mean, this is part of the game. This is within the bounds of the rules. So just if you're going to do it, just bear in mind, you're probably not going to be the assassin blade in the night getting away with it and never being heard from again. Chances are it's going to go wrong and you're going to panic.
Yeah, and especially with the rituals as well. They will just summon the body back. Well, they summon the soul back, and they will say who did it, and they'll say it was this person.
Like I said, there are ways and means of making it work. It's just use your head, keep calm, and don't be an idiot.
Yep.
Or, better yet, don't do it. Like I said, there is a criminal aspect to Empire, but it is very difficult, and quite often you'll get more fun out of just doing the broad game.
Yeah, pretty much. Hi, Rosie. How you doing?
Sup?
Just did a 10-hour stint at work. 10-hour stint of work at uni. Tired and hungry, but good. So yes, well, you've got through it. You've done well.
Productive day.
Yes. But yeah, it's yeah. If you want to do the murdering side of it, just have your next character in mind, because Empire was written in a very specific sort of way as well.
It's hard to get away with murder in Empire.
Yeah, very, very hard.
I mean, my old character did, but I was one of the lucky ones.
You're a cock. How dare you? How fucking dare you? Do you know what the worst thing is as well? Is that it is me thinking, right, we're in Wintermark now, I'll get away from all of this. And then all of a sudden, John's my fucking egregore as well. It's just like, ugh, this is ridiculous. You're a bunch of bellends, the pair of you.
Hey, just because we survived and you didn't.
Yes, exactly the reason. That's exactly the reason why. But yeah, I mean, I've murdered people in game. One of them was for the good. It was
for the greater good.
It was definitely the greater good within that.
And in fairness, the other one actually was for the greater good.
Which one were you thinking of?
Well, one was at a portal and one was in the woods.
Oh right, okay. No, yeah, I was thinking about the one at the portal.
Yeah, that was for the greater good.
That really was for the greater good by an absolute mile. That was the easiest way to get away with murder as well in the game, I think. A retreat and cleaving out a leg. Or when you get the everyone's
not that we're advertising you should do this.
Oh, go for
Certainly
it. Why
not to us.
Yeah, have fun. Go for it.
Also, I'm fairly sure it wouldn't work on either of us, but
no, we could. Yeah, we've probably got enough about us to pick ourselves up from that.
Yeah.
But that was when we had the old the tumble dry thing going on, and all the orcs were really there.
It's amazing what can happen in the chaos of battle. That's all.
You'll have to sit up because I've had to crop your screen so you're a bit shorter. So you're actually like half. I can only see half your face. Oh.
Okay.
Oh god.
Better?
No.
Oh well, you know what?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was in that situation where the orcs are just pushing and pushing and pushing, and we were going backwards. We were definitely just going backwards. So it was a gentle cleave.
A gentle cleave. A gentleman's cleave.
A gentleman's cleave, some might say. He dropped. I pulled the line back. The orc stepped over him. He was dead.
It happens.
I was so sorry. I'm not sorry in the slightest. It was great.
It was disappointing that
it came to it.
Was necessary. But again, that's all in the past now anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, that was all good. Someone's banging around out there. I can hear them. Weird. But yeah, there's been lots of fun stuff. What are you, apart from seeing people, what are you looking forward to doing the most when we get back into the field?
Campaigning for general. Because in 3 events time, I believe, unless I've got my numbers wrong, there is a new army for the Navarre that is being constructed, and only a new general. I am one of several candidates for it. So 3 events to try and convince people it's a good idea for me. But like I said, there are other people in the running for it, and there's a lot of very competent people, so it should be very fun and interesting. Pub crawl, 2 feet pub crawl.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Mostly battlefield. I get a lot of enjoyment in game out of doing the fighting in the battlefield. It's a weird experience. It's like doing one of those leadership exercises for work, except you're productive. semi-productive. And yeah, it's very satisfying, and things go wrong, things go right. Sometimes things just go crazy. I think it's pretty good for being able to learn how to judge a scenario, learning when to cut your losses, learning when to commit.
Yeah.
Making sure that everyone else is just as committed as you, which has killed 2 of my characters so far.
You've done well with that. Let's go on my own and die.
There were 10 people charging me when I started. I was the only one that made it to the target.
Was that the one where I killed you, or?
You were definitely involved. You were monstering at the time. You came over and had a chat with me.
Oh yeah, No,
I was trying to disrupt a ritual, and there was a bunch of us that charged, but everyone else stopped charging, and I did not.
Yes, yeah, you were there on your own. You were there hitting.
I arrived by myself. Is the important distinction.
Yeah, you were there. You arrived on your own, and I was hitting you from behind. I was waiting for them to kill me from behind, but
I was hoping they were going to, but that didn't happen.
But then we turned around and and all of
that's right. I see you, Scott.
All of the Navarre were moving back.
In fairness, that particular thing was mostly a certain broken high guard unit that got called back halfway through the charge, and then there's like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah. I get killed by Scott a lot when I monster. It's he kills me a lot. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, but in fairness, you deserve it.
Oh God, yeah, definitely. I can't think of a time that I don't. But I love to die when I monster though. I love dying as a monster.
I think that's one of the things that certainly for monstering is worth bearing in mind is you're there to have a laugh. You're there to make the game interesting for everyone. And at the end of the day, when you're monstering, you're a disposable character. So commit, have a laugh, make it a challenge, bait the enemy, taunt them, yell, moon them. Probably don't moon them.
Don't moon them. Really don't.
No one likes an arrow up the arse.
No.
But actually, have a laugh, have commit.
Yeah, I like the fact that you get to wander off and do your own thing. It's like I've monstered and I've been separated from everybody.
Which is what happens.
I've been walking around on my own, and I have walked all the way around thinking, right, this must be the way back to the spawn point. And I've walked through a bush into a clearing where there were like 16 Urizen healers, no weapons, just stood there, and I was just sort of like,
well, this is awkward.
This is going to be fun. And then there's like the one lad who looks like he's like 14, just passed his citizenship test, steps forward with a sword, nothing else, and there's me with like my axe and with a hammer and a mace going, oh, you're dead. Oh,
oh no.
You done fucked up.
Oh no, my orc has had a sudden heart attack.
And that was it. It was just like the look of fear in this poor kid's face. So like a step forward, and he was like taking swings. So you're parrying it, and he's getting involved. He's screaming at me and stuff like that. And you get some of the healers who are calling for help, but help is like 200 meters in that direction.
I remember year 1 or 2 when we were doing Shadow the Monster. I think we did 12 skirmishes in one day at one point.
It was great fun.
We were playing our purple bugs.
Love them.
Sex bugs. Love. And yeah, there was one of it where I literally rounded a corner into a small group of Urizen mages who just went, dinner time.
It was this poor little lad. He was going at it. He really was taking swings and difficult. It was easy to parry. All the other healers were screaming for help. It's like, nothing's going to help you here. Nothing is coming. No one is coming. Oh, thanks for subbing, Gigi. 7 months. 7 months. You crazy person, you. But yeah, and then it was like you could see, I think it was High Guard who were further, like the closest. You could see a few of their people go, oh, there's only one. So it's like two or three of them started running back towards all the healers to try to help them. I hit this kid. I cleaved his leg out. He went down. That was when, because he was lying on the floor, literally screaming, and I thought, "You're really doing well here. I'm loving fight. I'm loving."
At that point, you realised you'd actually ripped his leg off.
No, it was like I'm loving killing you. This is great fun. And then all of a sudden, it's like you got all the staves and rods and all of this sort of stuff. Is like I think all the healers suddenly realised There's 16 of us. There's only him. Why are we scared? And they pegged the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I was just dead.
Never underestimate the power of a big stick.
I got splattered. It was amazing. It was like the sudden realization, because it all happened in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I walked through. He came forward, had a bit of a fight. He goes down, starts screaming. They were like, "Yeah, we can take him." And they all just beat the shit out of me. I was just lying there, like, oh, this has been a lot of fun.
Good time.
Yeah, it's like you stand up and you walk off giggling away, and it's great. It's like when you get rugby tackled by a monster as well in battles, and
that has happened a few times to me. Again, it's important we highlight at this point that PD in no way endorses physical contact between players.
Definitely.
However, I obviously know a lot of people, friends of mine, that monster and something like that, and there are nominal agreements.
Yeah, you've done it to me.
Yep.
I've done it to you.
Yep. Pretty sure we've both done it to Scott.
Pretty sure, yeah. There are incidents like that, but I love
the important thing is it's a abnormal, it's not the regular.
No.
Don't do it to other random people. Get consent first. Consent is key.
Yeah. Shocking, Scott says. Definitely.
Shocking.
Yeah. It's why I love monstering so much, because there's so much give and take with it all, and you have so much fun out of it. You literally are there as monsters doing whatever you can do to make their game great. Yeah.
And that's the thing is, if you're making people feel like big damn heroes, then it's going well.
Definitely. I mean, just don't punch monsters in the face.
Not unless they ask very nicely, in which case you probably should do that in a private tent.
Wow. Yeah, no, it was painful. That was just bad. It wasn't fun at all. But yeah,
it's also important to remember that LARP is a contact sport. Accidents do happen. Just try not to make it a habit.
Yeah. I think a lot of people in the Hefty fam are planning on just monstering for their first event, and it's just like,
it's not bad, shout. The 100 are a good bunch.
Yeah, but I mean, in my opinion of it is, do the new player skirmish, do a skirmish as your character. Don't worry about getting involved in something as your character, because you have a lot of fun doing it.
And quite often, if you just hang out by the gate, someone will pick you up for a skirmish regardless. There's always someone who's a bit short.
Yeah.
Although, be polite and don't force your way onto skirmishes either.
Yeah.
Because that's a dick move.
Yeah, because there was that one with, I think it was me, you, and Justin, where those lads tried to just force their way through, and we just had to stand. I think that was just Justin.
I'm instituting a new policy in Thorns Council, which, as far as I'm concerned, if it's a Navarre skirmish, it's part of Navarre territory. Therefore, if you ask people politely to leave your skirmish and they don't, you're legally within your rights to put them on the floor. And that's the interpretation I'm taking. And I can argue that with a magistrate later on down the line.
That's cool. I like that. Gigi says, I'm trying monstering because I'm quite squishy as a healer. Yeah.
That's the best way to do it, though. Everyone's going to keep you alive.
Everyone, yeah. If you're
a healer saying, I want to go, but I'm very squishy, someone will protect me, and you'll have like 5 people just keep you alive.
Yeah.
Healers are very important.
Yeah, just you won't have me doing it, because...
No, you're not a healer.
No, I know, but I won't even be the one who will say, I'll stand with you, I'll protect you, I'll keep you alive. Because I'll do it, and then it'll be like, there's a rhino over there. I'm gonna go fuck it.
Yeah.
It'll be like, I'll see you later. You'll be all right on your own.
I mean, in Navarre, we've got quite a nice setup with our thorns at the moment, where we have what we call the vines, which is our healing blob, and they are very well looked after and very well organised, and they're a large reason why we don't die nearly as much as a lot of other nations.
Yeah,
Navarre doesn't have a lot going on for us in a kind of economical standpoint. What we do have is a lot of healers and a lot of herbs.
Yes.
So we're generally potioned up, and generally, more of us walk off the field than most other nations get.
Did you just say gasp? Not protecting your child? No. No. If you die, I'll be angry at you.
Yeah, but you can get replacement.
In character, I'll be angry, and that I'd probably do the whispers through the black gate to get you back, so I could tell you off for dying.
The trick with that these days is convincing someone to do it. A lot of the winter mages don't like doing it anymore.
They like it when it's for family.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing, because they went through a phase of we're not 100% sure if it damns the soul, so we're not going to do it, and then they realised it didn't damn the soul. And now it's just like a lot of them are just like it's effort because it's quite expensive. You can only cast it at certain times. They've got to book a slot at the Regio, so it's definitely less common now than it was at the beginning of the game. It was happening all the time at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. I think Kiartan was a special one.
Kiartan was special, but that's mostly because we bullied them into it.
And I paid for it all.
You paid for it too.
Yeah, they had nothing to. There was no argument there really. So that was good. But that was a lot of fun. But yeah, it's when it comes to it, if you want to get involved in a fight, really don't worry about getting involved as your character, because if you're a healer, especially, you'll be hanging out at the back. You'll be watching. You get as involved as you want to get at the end of the day. So if you don't want to do it, you don't do it. If your character decides that's too dangerous, I'm not going to run into that to pick that person up, it's not worth me dying, you're not going to do it. Whereas you get people like me and Kit, for example, in that situation, it's like that person's really important, needs to be picked up. Well, we're not going to send a healer to do it. You're going to be over there on your squidgy 3 or 4 hits. We're over here on our rocking our like 13 to 18 hits.
So the highest I've hit was 18. And that was the event I died.
Yeah, that's
a good day.
Yeah, so you'll get people like us running off to do it all. Scott, if you're chucking in a link, bud, send it to a mod, and then they can put it in for you. So you have got Neb Pegasus. So Ben is my mod. So chuck it to him, and he'll put it in for you. Yeah, so I love the fact that you get all the healers. It's the wiki page for courage. Yes, I like the fact that all the healers are very much. We're stood at the back. We need to save that person. Can you go and get that person for us?
Which is quite often what we do.
Yeah, and it's
actually because also if it's someone I'm not adverse to just picking them up and running off with them.
Yeah.
Hard skills for the win.
Yeah, I mean, we're quite lucky with the fact that we are big enough and strong enough to actually pick people up and put them over our shoulder.
It's important to note that, again, officially from PD rules, is it takes 2 hands to carry a body.
Mm-hmm.
So either 2 of you with a weapon each, or 1 of you, but all they're doing is carrying the person.
Yeah.
There is a certain interpretation for hard skilling the problem, but if you're going to do that, I mean, 1, consent is key, and 2, you are going to have to pick them up and run off with them. It's not going to be a comfortable ride, and PD will also probably say they'd rather you didn't in most scenarios, but it depends. Yeah,
if it's a non-combat, if it's a combat situation, but there's nothing really going to happen, refs are okay if you are picking someone up and you are carrying that person. But there is also the instance where you're in a frontline fight.
In a wood, generally.
Yeah, don't pick someone up. You just say, I am carrying you, and you're just walking alongside them. No weapons. Yeah. And if an orc comes running at you, you then have to draw your weapons and stuff
or
like
not.
that.
You could opt not to draw weapons, but you'll also be on the floor.
Yes, exactly. So there are ways and means around it all.
One of my regrets is when Kiartan went down, I was within an arm's reach, and I probably could have just loaded him onto my shoulders and run off with him using him as an arrow shield. And part of me really wishes I had. But that would have been exhausting. I might have died.
Yes, yeah. Speaking as someone who has carried you across like a 40-foot room over my shoulders as well, and that was...
And I'm not a light person.
You are not light.
I'm 120 kilos.
So having you over my shoulders, that was...
And then Justine is a good 6 inches taller than me.
Yeah. A lot of fun. But doing those sorts of things, a part of it is really, really great. And there was, like, when Mac and Grim went off on that skirmish, that was really, really bad, where you were watching from the gate. That healer,
one of the most emotional times I've been.
Yeah. That healer, that girl who was with us. So this is the sort of thing that, Gigi, that you could do, because you have to do appropriate roleplay, is she was literally on her... This is going to sound really, really wrong now. Trot was on his back, and I was stood over him. She was on her knees, in between my legs, looking like her, with her hands all over him, while I'm stood over these people, fighting off, like parrying these blows from all these orcs, getting hit loads, but it was very much the 1 second rule per hit. So as they are all hitting me, it's like, well, yeah, I only need, it's like seconds, and I'm screaming at them to hurry up. And yeah, that was it. And then as soon as that happened, she picked us up, and everybody ran. She did not survive that one. So she literally gave her. She was like a healer to the end. That's her big thing. Well, that, and she died doing it. And she had that story at the end of it.
It was a good death.
It was a that was a great death. Just going, I saved this person's life, then I ran. And then, so these warriors could get away. So these warriors could piss themselves and run. I stood there. Yeah, I died to save their lives.
To play out the situation, it was a massive skirmish with 3 waves of the Empire coming in.
Yeah.
These idiots were in the first wave.
Second.
Oh, you're second?
Yeah, you were third.
I was in the third wave with a small group of people watching this battle through the portal, and all I was going through my brain is going, oh, this isn't going well. Well, this isn't going well at all. I was on that battlefield for a grand total of 10 seconds. I literally went through the portal, ran into a line of orcs, hit some people, looked around and went, nope, and left again.
Yeah, it was bad. But it was
like very bad.
Yeah, but like for Gigi, it's a really good bit of encouragement because she can get as involved as that and do these awesome things. Because at the end of the day, we go to Empire because we want to tell stories. We want to come back from an event and go, I've done this, and this.
Do you remember that thing, that guy, when they did that thing, and that was awesome?
Yeah, exactly. and it's amazing. But if you're coming back for an event and going, well, I didn't really do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do the other thing, and I was just, I kept myself away from it. It's like, no, do the thing. Really do the thing.
Do the thing.
Definitely do the thing. And I will
always
encourage
do the thing.
Everyone to do the thing. So, like, if Wintermark, if Gigi's decided that she wants to be Mac's daughter, that's great. And I'm more than happy for that to happen. I'm sorry. But if that's the case, and you do go off into if Dawn are fighting with Wintermark, and you do go off into a fight, and if I do see you there, you will be Mac's kid. And if I see your character go down, yeah, I will come running. Chances are, you'll get picked up by someone, and chances are it'll be me, or it'll be someone in my unit, because we will do that. Because it's all about building these connections, and it's all about doing that sort of stuff.
It's also worth bearing in mind, though, that the battlefield is a chaotic place, and there's a very good chance he simply won't see you.
Yeah, that too.
Which is the sad truth of the situation, and hopefully someone else will save your life.
Yeah,
or not.
It's
Scott.
Yeah, fuck you, Scott. How dare you? There's other things that you get as well. So with knowing people that you're going into battle with, it all affects you. It gets to you, because I wasn't at the event when Dane died.
Yeah, my wife had just left the field an hour beforehand as well.
Yeah, I wasn't at that event. I couldn't get the time off work, so I had to go to work. I'm just hearing excuses, Scott. I was shot in the face. Whatever. Just Jesus. Jesus. But yeah, so it affects you so much, because I got a text message going, Dane's dead. And I remember it because I was in the bath at home. I just finished a day shift, so this was like a 12-hour shift, and I got into the bath. And I got the message, and I was just like, I genuinely cried. I cried when they said, and it's just sort of like, right, my brother's dead now. Great.
Mac's had a pretty bad run of it, in fairness.
I have, yeah. I really have. It's
like you lost a mum, dad, and your brother.
Well,
and your cousin, and your uncle.
Yeah. I've lost the majority of my family in game.
Yeah.
it's walk it off.
Nothing quite like trauma gowning.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I like to think that's what's contributed to Mac to Mac being as insane as he is, and I love it. I'll never forget that.
I still remember when you first turned up the character with the cake.
With the cake, yeah. Cake! Oh, who's dead?
Who's died?
It was great. But do you remember when we went to that player event? Was it Ica's? Not Ica's Tears. What was the...
No, I didn't do Ica's Tears.
What was...
Was it one of Dave Young's?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Is that the one where it was mostly inside?
Yeah.
We did a lot of singing while eating.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember the one.
Yeah. Yeah, Pete, you are right, but not all your IC children. Those are still about. So yeah, if people out there want to play one of Mac's kids, there is options.
You know, Vaughn is one of Mac's kids.
Wow.
Daddy.
Papa, can you hear me? But yeah, we did that, and that was when you've received one curse and another load of people received the other curse.
Yeah. The exaggerated emotional curse and conflict curses.
So, and that was when you could see the people was like, these two groups are meant to argue with each other, and there were
that was also when you were just starting to think about moving off to Wintermark as well.
Yeah,
and Kjartan was having.
He was having
a bit of a thing.
Yeah, and it was also when he was because you had died, so mine was I felt like I had failed in my oath, and he was taking things out on people. No, Kjartan felt he had failed with his oath to protect Liathavan, and mine was I was angry at people who had failed their oaths.
Yeah.
And that was it. So, and you had all of these two groups of people that were stood there going, well, it's like, you're really naughty. This was literally a conversation that people were having. It's like, you were very, very, you did bad. You're a naughty boy and all that. And there was no raised voices. There was nothing like that going on. And then you get me and Justin are like, we know what's going on here. And I was like... We went into the room, we saw each other, and we started talking about it, and then it all came out, and everyone was just sort of like, because our voices were getting louder and louder, and then it got to the point of where it was like, God! Like that. Axe. I drew my axe, he got his spear out.
Have never been a quiet bunch.
And we were gonna kill it. We were literally, he had his like 7-foot spear with him, I had your axe, and we got restrained because we were screaming at each other, but it was just sort of like we left the room and everyone was just sort of like, well, we need to keep them apart. It's like, no, we're all right, like that. It's like, and it was like,
kill you.
It was like, are we all right though? Are we all right? Really? Do you think we're all right with the most dysfunctional fucking family going? And it was brilliant. It was so much fun. But all that sort of role play and that side of it, you get out of it what you put into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
it's weird. I'm not a hugely emotional person in real life, but I've managed to get some wonderful cathartic moments in LARP where, and it's weird because I'm a semi-method role player. I sit into a character and I don't really know what they're going to do until I'm doing it. I also have the advantage of being able to switch it on and off. So, and there are times where you'll laugh at something or you'll just break down and cry because something has happened because someone you know has died. And the powerful thing about it is that person is dead. That character is gone. And you legitimately mourn for that because they're never coming back.
Yeah.
And it's a very weird experience. It's basically practice mourning in a safe space.
Yeah. That's literally what it is. But it's really, really good. I've mourned a few people.
I've had 2 mental breakdowns in character, and that was a fascinating experience.
Was being talked about. We are talking about LARP, so live action roleplay, where basically we're talking about a game called Empire, where we are with 3,000 other people in a field. It's essentially think live action D&D to an extent.
More stab, less fireball.
So yeah, we're currently just chatting about like death when characters die and that. So like, I've experienced my own funeral, and which is an experience. I've been to other people's funerals and seen how they react, and chatting to a couple of people who say, "Oh, my brother's died," and it's like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
never mind, eh?" And then I was, I think it was Georgia. She was talking about her in character fiance who had just died, and I was just like, "Well, you know, it's not the end of the world, is it?" And she was just sort of looking at me as like, "Yeah, he's gone now. He'll be back. He'll be fine." And you can see sort of like, I want to be angry and I want to be upset, but I can't fault this. This is like a child trying to console me.
I
It
think
was
actually,
great.
definitely one of the weirder experiences I've had involving death in LARP
Mm.
was playing my own body at my funeral while people are talking about me.
Yeah.
Which again, super bizarre.
Yeah.
Also, try not to giggle when you're pretending to be a corpse is quite difficult at times as well.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, there's people
Lying
get
there.
very into it. Heartfelt emotions coming out of people talking about things you did and things like that, and you just sit there going, "Shit, I thought I was just having a laugh."
Yeah. It's great. It really, really is great, and you get so much out of it. It's really, really nice. And you
The
don't
impact
realize.
you have on other people is often you miss until you get those chances to see it. And that's what LARP is pretty good for that.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. And it's one of those things that I can't wait
Mm.
to see when we get back into the field and everything. So it's
That's
okay,
good.
that's cool.
Looking forward to military council. Military council was always a laugh.
Yeah. Yeah,
Military council bingo is hilarious.
military council. I'm probably going to throw myself into a few skirmishes early on, just to get into the swing of things again. But then again, I'll be having a bit of a fight this weekend as
Yeah,
well.
it's true. Bit of a scrap.
Yeah. So it's yeah. So I'm going to do that because that's going to be great fun. And
Songs
then
and story time as well. I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, I love the guys that have been doing the online songs and story times. It's really fun to be able to get the community together. But for me, it's just not the same as being there in person.
it's not as
There's
good.
something about that atmosphere which is just so compelling. So I'm really looking forward to that too.
Yeah, it's just not as good. It's all about yeah. You've just got to be
Ha-
there.
Half the fun of songs and story times is the audience participation.
Yeah. Do you remember the last time I got involved and they were like, I jumped in with some news, and they're like, yeah, you got to dance for it though, and all of this, and it was just like,
Fair.
it was like, okay. So I started dancing, and they're like, "Hey," and stuff like that, and it's just sort of like, yeah, Bessie the Bard has just been found murdered over there, and they're like, yeah, oh shit,
Awkward.
yeah, it's like, yeah,
Do a more mournful dance.
ooh, this is a good one. We'll finish on this one, but
Okay.
this is a good one. If you became a general and got to pick which nation we declared war on next, who would you pick, orc or otherwise?
This assuming we're not already at war with everyone, because let's face it, we're like three or four fronts right now.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm going to discount the Druge simply because they're the obvious one, and we should probably wipe them out anyway. And I'm going to discount the Jotun basically because being a Navari, there's already an established problem there. So after that, I would probably say the Grendel. I think as Navari, they're probably the force nearby that we're most effective against because they're merchants, they're slavers, they're pirates, and the kind of tactics Navarre employ will be effective in people who ultimately want to just save their own skins, but also they're slavering bastards. So they've got a lot of money and resources. There's a lot of territory down there that I think would be really good for the Empire. Securing the Bay of Catazar would be fantastic. So that's probably who I'd choose as an optimal target. That said, I wouldn't mind getting the Jotun simply because they've got lots of white granite and mithril to support their armies, and we could really use that. And then wipe out the Druge.
Cool.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm Confederacy.
Yeah, everyone wants to fight the Iron Confederacy.
I really want to have
That's
a. I really want to fight.
I'm not sure that's a war we're going to win.
Or what they the Assaveans.
Sabians, they're doing a good progress of killing themselves.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to go and help.
But yes, I think taking out the Sabians wouldn't be a bad shout. It's a bit of a change as good as a rest kind of some mechanic.
Yeah, I think there's some bits and bobs there that I think would be good, but we need.
I've read a whole document of how to crush the Asavians while not actually getting into a fight a while ago. Don't doubt I can't use any of it.
I'd like to think that there are a few nations that we could do things, but the problem is that if I became a general, I wouldn't listen to what anyone else told me to do.
And no one would be able to understand you through your inarticulate ramblings anyway.
Exactly. I would be very much doing what is the best for my nation.
Within your immediate distance.
Within what I can remember. So it'd be like...
Jotun bad! Let's kill Jotun!
It'd be like, so Mac, why have you moved your army into Leathaven for? It's like, what's the thought process there? It's like, well, they said that someone was good, and I'm from Leathaven. No, I'm not from Leathaven. I'm not from there anymore. And things like that. But yeah, just I want to hear that. I want that sort of thing. So I want everyone who's like in whatever. I want all the Calavesi to come to me and go, we need to fight here, we need to fight here. And then everyone in the General's Council can go, I've got this spreadsheet and done all the maths, and I can go, yeah, but that's boring, and there's no roleplay involved in maths, and I hate it.
There's plenty of people who are good at the maths of the game, and more people, I think, in the military game need to just make some bold decisions and take chances and things. Not stupid decisions, but sometimes just committing to the fight.
Can we have some roleplay decisions?
Yeah, but as Tim, who plays Gabriel in the league, he's a fantastic general, he iterated on a thread a little while ago, at its core, the best tactical thing you can do in a fight is attack.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. 90% of the time, the people that attack generally win. So commit to the decision, commit your force, see what happens.
Yeah.
Make up as you go along.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I want to do something like that, and all my military decisions will always be roleplay led. I'm
looking forward to being military council with you and kind of just leaning on you a little bit that way.
I'll be like, no, I've already done it. It's like I've written down my next 3 orders, and it's like,
just so you got your mum to write down the next 3 orders, so you didn't forget.
Yeah, we haven't got that, and we haven't even got to that season yet, and you've written down your order for that one already. It's like,
I just see that piece of paper. I'm just going to scribble that.
Yeah, exactly. Catch you later, Pete. You hope the night shift goes quickly, bud. I hope it goes quick, man. So yeah, that's the sort of thing that I want to do, but still, right. So we're going for hour 45. So I'm going to call it there. I think we need to do that.
I've really enjoyed this. It's been fun talking crap, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't drink much rum. Sad.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we're all getting ready to head off to Heftycon. So yeah, we'll be there this weekend. I'm going to do some videoing of it all and stuff like that. So that'll be cool. We're gonna go and raid someone as well, just because we can. So we're gonna go and raid Nexus because they doing some art at the moment, and they've been around. They've done some art for people in the channel already. So yeah, no stream on Friday because I'll be in a field somewhere, and I cannot wait. So let's go Nexus. Start raid. I think they are drawing a dog at the moment, so that's cool. So go and say hi. They are in the Hefty fam. So yeah, make sure you go say hi and so on and so forth. But yeah, thanks for coming on, bud. Not listening.
Sorry, I've zoned out for a second. Sorry.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. And
no, it's been. I've really enjoyed it. It was a lot.
Yeah, and
It's nice to be able to chat to you because stupid bloody lockdown. We've not been able to do this much in there.
No.
I'm really sad you're not here.
Yeah.
There was an original plan of getting Steve over here and maybe trying to do this with a fire, but it just became impractical.
Pretty much. So, but yeah, we'll get this sorted, and yeah, we'll see you all soon. So go and say hi to Nexus, give them some love, and go and have a look at their art that they're doing because they are insanely talented. So yeah, right. So catch you all later.
See you later, kids.
Bye.
My eyes are clear, my back is strong, my harness free of rot. My sword is sharp, my shield unbound, my pride will waver not. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. And if I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. But war is cruel, my comrades die, and I go on alone. I will not stop to ask them why, I know I can't go home. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. And if I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. My back is broke, my armor's rent, my blood is on the field. My sword is gone, my body spent, I lie upon my shield. I faced my foe, they laid me low, but I go with a smile. The labyrinth, it calls to me. I'll wander it a while. The labyrinth, it calls to me. I'll wander it a while. My eyes are clear, my back is strong, my harness free of rot. My sword is sharp, my shield unbound, my pride will waver not. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. And if I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. But war is cruel, my comrades die, and I go on alone. I will not stop to my blood is on the field. My sword is gone, my body spent, I lie upon my shield. I faced my foe, they laid me low, but I go with a smile. The labyrinth, it calls to me. I'll wander it a while. The labyrinth, it calls to me. I'll wander it a while. My eyes are clear, my back is strong, my harness free of rot. My sword is sharp, my shield unbound, my pride will waver not. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. And if I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. But war is cruel, my comrades die, and I go on alone. I will not stop to ask them why, I know I can't go home. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. And if I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. My back is broke, my armor's rent, my blood is on the field. My sword is gone, my body spent, I lie upon my shield. I faced my foe, they laid me low, but I go with a smile. The labyrinth, it calls to me. I'll wander it a while. The labyrinth, it calls to me. I'll wander it a while. My eyes are clear, my back is strong, my harness free of rot. My sword is sharp, my shield unbound, my pride will waver not. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. And if I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. But war is cruel, my comrades die, and I go on alone. I will not stop to ask them why, I know I can't go home. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. And if I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. My back is broke, my armor's rent, my blood is on the field. My sword is gone, my body spent, I lie upon my shield. I faced my foe, they laid me low, but I go with a smile. The labyrinth, it calls to me, I'll wander it a while. The labyrinth, it calls to me, I'll wander it a while. My eyes are clear, my back is strong, my harness free of rot. My sword is sharp, my shield unbound, my pride will waver not. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. And if I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. But war is cruel, my comrades die, and I go on alone. I will not stop to ask them why, I know I can't go home. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. And if I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. My back is broke, my armor's rent, my blood is on the field. My sword is gone, my body spent, I lie upon my shield. I faced my foe, they laid me low, but I go with a smile. The labyrinth, it calls to me, face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. If I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. But war is cruel, my comrades die, and I go on alone. I will not stop to ask them why, I know I can't go home. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. If I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. My back is broke, my armor's rent, my blood is on the field. My sword is gone, my body spent, I lie upon my shield. I faced my foe, they laid me low, but I go with a smile. The labyrinth, it calls to me. I'll wander it a while. The labyrinth, it calls to me. I'll wander it a while. My eyes are clear, my back is strong, my harness free of rot. My sword is sharp, my shield unbound, my pride will waver not. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. If I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. But war is cruel, my comrades die, and I go on alone. I will not stop to ask them why, I know I can't go home. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. If I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. My back is broke, my armor's rent, my blood is on the field. My sword is gone, my body spent, I lie upon my shield. I faced my foe, they laid me low, but I go My eyes are clear, my back is strong, my harness free of rot. My sword is sharp, my shield unbound, my pride will waver not. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. And if I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. But war is cruel, my comrades die, and I go on alone. I will not stop to ask them why, I know I can't go home. I face my foe, I lay them low, I fight them without fear. And if I should fall and walk no more, I shall not shed a tear. My back is broke, my armor's rent, my blood is on the field. My sword is gone, my body spent, I lie upon my shield. I faced my foe, they laid me low, but I go with a smile.